Hello, this is Dr. Dave Maslach talking to you about reciprocity.com. The E is written with a 3, and in this particular video, I just sincerely wanted to say thank you to all the people that help us spread ideas freely. And so this goes for anybody that's working in the military, anybody that is working on technology, anything that allows us to spread ideas freely. This is so incredibly important for a lot of different things in our life. If you don't know, I'm a professor of innovation strategy and entrepreneurship, and this is part of my Monday Write series where I talk about things that are really incredibly important for writers or for people that are doing things, putting out new ideas out there. So what I want to do is actually talk to you about why this freedom is so important and where the sort of inspiration of this idea came from. So first of all, if you haven't watched it, I watched this documentary on Netflix. It's called the World War II in Color. If you haven't watched it, it's absolutely phenomenal. What they did is they redid the entire war, all the footage from the entire war, and they redid it in color. And so it comes from multiple sides of the war, and it was just incredible. It really struck me very emotionally in terms of how privileged I actually am to be able to share ideas with you and to also be a professor to share ideas with students all around the world and within my state, or just being able to share and discuss ideas freely. And this is so important for a university professor or for anybody that is sharing ideas, because the entire university system is all based on developing and sharing ideas. That's really what the economic engine is for the university system. And new ideas make people very uncomfortable. The reason why they make people uncomfortable, new ideas make people uncomfortable, is because by their nature, they are increasing the risk of something bad happening. So if you actually choose a new idea, so if you think about your regular life, most people go about doing the regular old thing, and the reason why we actually sort of survive for thousands, millions of years is because we have done the same thing over and over and over again. And if you pursue something that's new and different, it increases the risk of something bad happening. So if you're going and foraging for food and you forage in a different area, you might run into like a bear. Or you might forage, if you're foraging for food and you try a new edible thing, or what you think is a new plant, then you might actually increase the chance of dying. So any new idea, and this is sort of inherently built into us as human beings, as just anything that's living, it's built into us. When you try something that's new, it is inherently risky. It could actually cause harm to you. And, it struck me while watching these videos of people, including my grandfather, that were in the war and that fought for freedom. It struck me in how privileged I am that they actually did that. And we're probably, anybody that is sharing ideas online or is a professor or in graduate school, we're the ones that have benefited the most from this, because we're pursuing new ideas that people don't necessarily always like. And they make people very uncomfortable because of this sort of greater chance of something bad happening, right? So if we are in a oppressive regime and we come up with a new idea or we say something new, well, then that can actually overthrow that oppressive regime, or it could allow people to try something new that could be potentially dangerous for any particular regime. So you have to really, I am absolutely grateful for anybody that has protected us in terms of protecting our particular ideas. And the other thing that I'm absolutely grateful for is for people that are actually working on the technology to allow us to share ideas like this, right? So YouTube, Google, anybody, even Facebook, as many people like to beat up on them, and that they just like to share. The whole platform, everything that they do is about sharing ideas. And what we do know universally in terms of how economic progress works, in terms of you know, innovation and entrepreneurship. It is actually the spread of ideas that allow us to actually progress and to perform better as you know, a worldwide nation even, right? So it's all about generation of new ideas and the spread of these ideas that actually generates new value in terms of creating new technologies and as well as creating new companies. It is really just a recognition that there is some sort of opportunity, that there is some knowledge that we haven't actually possessed before, that it's just a recognition of actually going after those and actually pursuing those things that are new, that actually generates economic progress and makes us better off in the long run. So it is so incredibly important to say thank you every once in a while and just to express gratitude for those people that have went over and above what they should have done, or you know, or that they were forced to do, or they're in a situation that they had to do in terms of protecting the freedom of speech and the freedom to write. It is so incredibly important for economic progress. You know, I look back and I look at the statistics at the time. During the Second World War, there's 5% of the world's population that actually died during the Second World War. I can't imagine that happening today. And that's mostly, you know, young, able-bodied people, and then not to mention all the people that have saw some, you know, just awful stuff that they took with them going forward. You know, it is something that really sticks with me and really resonates with me, and how privileged I am to be able to do this at this, you know, in 2018, to be able to talk to you, to be able to teach students about new ideas, and just to be, you know, to create things that we possibly couldn't have created before without this. So, you know, I just don't want to squander this opportunity that we have, and I don't think you should squander this opportunity as well. I think you should really take this as an opportunity whenever you sort of sit back and think of how far we've come, and in terms of the global community. You know, this is a really wonderful time that we should all be thankful for. And as well, make sure that you actually make what you can possibly do with the resources that you have right now, because nobody else has had this opportunity before. For you to be able to actually speak freely in a lot of different countries, it doesn't matter where you are now, it's actually becoming more and more acceptable to speak freely. And as well as for you to be able to share these ideas on a global scale, it is absolutely remarkable. It's one of the most moving things that I can think about in the last few years or in my lifetime. It's really, truly remarkable that we're able to do that, and that people actually try to help out and try to push forward this idea that we can generate new ideas and we can push these forward and we can create new and wonderful things. This is just the most wonderful thing that we could possibly do at this moment. And you know, in terms of actually saying thank you for all those people that served before us. So I think about my grandmother would thought that this was the craziest thing, that I was actually you know, going into university, much less becoming a professor. You know, it's just unfathomable from a generation before. If you just think about how, you know, wonderful this opportunity is, we actually just pursue this opportunity, whatever opportunity you're working on, and just pursue it, and just continuously pursue it, because this is a time that you can't possibly do this. That's the best possible way that you can actually say thank you for anybody that has done what they did before us. So that's all I wanted to say. Truly, that's all I wanted to say, and how incredibly important it is that we say thank you for all those people that, you know, have worked on technology to allow us to spread ideas, as well as the people that have fought for our freedom of speech and freedom to write freely. You know, and for those people that are in academia or doing graduate school, just be thankful for all those people that have allowed us to do this. So that's it. Make sure you give me a thumbs up if you like this video. I do appreciate everything. Take care. Bye.